All right, welcome everyone. I am so excited for the next 4 weeks. So first of all, those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Carrie Quall. I've been a consultant now for 11 years. I had to really think about that. And I feel like I've done it all. I mean, I've done in-home cooking parties. I've done Facebook parties. I've done 15-minute parties. I've done Zoom parties. I've done like hybrid where the people, their friends were all in a room, but I was on Zoom because I live too far away. I've done table parties. I've done them all. So catalog parties, fundraisers, shared rewards. Yeah, done it all. I don't think there's pretty much a party that I probably haven't done. So I'm excited to share with you guys. Janelle, Dee Dee, and myself are going to be sharing with you guys over the next 4 weeks. Back to the basics, you guys, right? Some of us are at ground zero right now, and we need a reboot. We maybe need to get restarted. Some of us, maybe you're okay with where you're at. Maybe you're doing a little bit, but you want a little bit more. Okay. Some of you are like, I want to shoot for the moon. This is still good because guess what? No matter what title you're at, no matter where you're at in your business, whether you're day 1,000, day whatever, right? Like 10 years in, 20 years in, these are basics that we all need no matter where we're going. Okay. So that's kind of where we're going to be focused on, just basic stuff. So I'm going to come to you guys with a very, what I call fun, okay, but maybe going to hit your heart a little bit too, analogy. Okay. So we're going to talk specifically tonight too about consistency. Okay. And you guys, you can come off mute. And when I ask questions, you can put it in the chat. You can use the right reaction buttons, the emojis, because there's a thumbs up in there. Right. But consistency. You can't do much without consistency. Do you agree? Right? Maybe? I'm seeing some head nods and thumbs up. Thank you. Participation. I love it. Right? Now, I
Right.
heard this and I thought this was really good as well. If you're working full time on the weekends, you're really truly working your business part-time. Right? If you're working, right, like maybe just on those weekends full time, but right, none of the rest of the time, or on a certain season, maybe a certain season, like right, holiday season, right? But then none of the rest of the time. Again, what is that? Part-time. And that's okay, right? If you're running your business like it's a hobby, you're getting paid like it's a hobby. And if you ask me, hobbies tend to cost money, right? So shout out some of your guys' hobbies. What do you guys, any hobbies you have? I love volleyball. That's my hobby. We love playing volleyball. Any hobbies that you guys have? Maybe crocheting, or what do you guys love to do?
I love to garden.
Garden. I love it. Crocheting, reading, seeing the chat.
Cooking.
I
Yes.
like I like golfing.
Golfing, right? You got to buy some good clubs. You got to pay for those 9 or 18 holes, right?
Yes.
Some people, I love it because, right, some of us started this just to get products and then we spend a whole bunch of money on products, which that's a whole nother story. But, right, like hobbies can tend to cost us money, right?
Yes.
So but with Pampered Chef, even with that, like even if Pampered Chef's a hobby for you and you're doing it for products or, whatever it may be, at the very minimum, you could at least host your own party and get some free products, right? So it shouldn't really cost you a whole lot to actually run your business, right? To get started, to do this. Okay. Okay. So now here's my fun analogy that I'm really excited about, you guys. Okay. What happens when you consistently apply heat to some unpopped popcorn? What's going to happen if I consistently apply some heat to this?
It's gonna pop.
Gonna pop, right? And what are you gonna get from it once it starts popping? Or at the end?
Popcorn.
Popcorn. Yeah, right. That's what we're looking for. That's the end result we want when you put a bag of popcorn in your microwave. We want to fill our bowl of popcorn and we want to eat with our family and we want a little snack. But
Yep.
this is what a lot of us tend to be doing, right? Maybe we want to hit senior consultant, director, right? We want to be on this stage at conference. Maybe you want to make 500 a month, 1,000 a month for your family. This popcorn is your business, okay? Are you all with me? Popcorn is our business. And then
Yep.
this is what we're doing. Oh, I just went to conference. You won't believe it. It was amazing. I'm so excited. I'm ready to do my business. Oh my gosh. All right, let's hit start. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. The kids need something. Oh my gosh. The kids need this. They need that. Oh, I can't do this. Right? Is my popcorn popped? Right? And then it takes you a little bit of time, right? To kind of maybe get back. Oh, okay. All right. Yep. Now I'm back. Now I'm excited. I'm going to do this business thing again. All right, let's go. Oh, someone told me no. Oh my gosh. It's just, you don't understand. When it's like when someone tells you no, I can't believe it. Oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. Right? And you stop popping your popcorn and you check on it. Right? Nope, I'm in again. Oh my goodness. My coach called me. I'm ready to go. I'm so excited. I've never been more fired up. She was right. I just need to get out of my head and now I go. Right? Can anyone relate to this? All right, let's pop this popcorn. Go, right? Oh, this is so exciting. I can't. Oh, I gotta know. Oh no. Heaven forbid, I gotta know. Right? I can't go to the next event. Therefore, I can't do the next training. Nope, I can't make it. Can't do it anymore. I have to stop. Okay, this is me too, by the way. This is me too. Okay. Oh, I got told it was fantastic. I'm excited. I'm fired up. Oh my gosh. Yes. I got a message on Facebook. Oh my gosh. Yes. Let's go. Right? Someone's looking for some pampered chef. Let's make popcorn. Let's work this business. I'm going to be a director. Here I go. Oh, no. They asked me to do a watch party on Facebook. I can't do that. That makes me so uncomfortable. That's not how I run my business. Oh, okay. Can't do it. Okay, fine. Christina called me. She said I got to start doing lives. Okay, I'm ready to go. I'm going to do these lives. I'm going to do this, right? I'm fired up. I can do it. I'm going to stare in that mirror. I'm going to clap 10 times. I'm going to razzle. I'm going to do a little dance, right? I'm going to do it. Woo! Oh, this live is going great. It's going good. Somebody called me ugly. Oh my gosh, I can't do this anymore. I can never do a live again. They said I was ugly. I'm not doing this again. No. Some of you I see are laughing, and it's funny because it's true, right? It's funny because it's true. But do you see what's happening, right? It's every little excuse. We open the microwave door, right? Let's check this out, guys. We're not very far, right? The popcorn, it's a little warm, like some of your businesses, a little warm. And the reason it's a little warm is because a little bit of heat inconsistently has been applied to it. Now, if I put this in there, right, for the entire, whatever, I don't know what it says, 3 minutes or so, whatever it takes, this thing would be set on fire. You know, not maybe on fire, literally, but it would be popped, right? And that's the exact same as your business. This bag of popcorn. You will literally never get to that $500 a month, $1,000 a month, director, executive, national executive director, right? It will never get where you say you want it to go. It will never create that financial freedom for your family. If you do it half-hearted, if you inconsistently start, stop, right? That is exhausting, right? Do you know how much harder it is on you when you do a party once a month and maybe don't do another party for maybe a whole month or 3 months sometimes? It can be terrifying. It feels like you're starting all over again. You have to go, how do I do this again? How do I set this up? Right? All the things. And you know how hard it is to start getting back in your routine after you've been off for a while? I mean, that's anything in life, right? That's hard. It's hard to get back on that routine. And there is a reason that the people at the top are where they are, because you can't cheat. The only person typically we're fooling is ourselves, right? You're never going to get the results you want. And there's nothing hard about this business. If you're at a conference, you heard this too, but I heard it from someone else as well. But again, so it reminded me of this, but it's nothing hard about this business. And I think sometimes that's what makes it so hard for some of us, right? Does that make sense? Because, right, the hard work is the people doing that manual labor, the people that are in that 90-degree weather outside, drilling holes, putting roofs on buildings, the Christmas lights going up. That's dangerous and hard stuff. Texting people, right, whether on Facebook or in your phone, is not hard work. Going live and telling your story, your truth, and telling people your experiences is not hard. Talking to people about our amazing tools is not hard. It's easy, but it's uncomfortable, right? I'm sure you've heard this a million times, but nothing good comes from your comfort zone. And if you're doing what you're always doing, you're always going to get what you always got, right? If nothing changes in you, then nothing changes with you. You're just in the same spot. And it just takes one step, a little bit at a time, right? The microwave is not blowing fire at this popcorn. It's just applying slow, consistent heat. So you can apply slow, consistent heat to your business so that you can pop it to the business of your dreams, okay? And I like this too. And you can look at this microwave, right, as another analogy. But it's still fresh. It's still nice. It's not jaded, right? So be like, it's not brand new, granted, but it's still nice. But be like the microwave. Be fresh. Be excited. Don't be dramatic, right? Be consistent and work. Okay. So if you take those tips and tricks, apply it to your business with consistency, I can promise you, you're gonna get the results that you've been looking for. And you're going to be able to enjoy your popcorn or money or whatever you want to call it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to move from my kitchen here for a second, but right. Did anybody feel like they could just be like, oh my gosh, that's me? Cause I felt that. Like when I heard this for the first time, this analogy, I'm like, there are things that I need to work on to get consistent. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you for your participation and your laughters. I love it. I really appreciate it. So I think then we have to think about, okay, why do we become inconsistent? Why does that happen? Because it happens to all of us, right? There's something we become inconsistent on and we stop doing. And then we have to really try hard to get back on the board, right? Typically, a lot of those things come from lack of belief in self, maybe, right? Even if it's for a minute, it happens. Maybe a lack of belief in our products, right? I'll be honest, there are a couple of products I don't like to talk about. I'm not passionate about them. And that's okay, but I'm going to focus on what I am passionate about, right? I'm going to focus on the tools that I know can help my people, my target audience, my target market, right? Maybe it's a lack of our opportunity. And what do we really believe that this business can change people's lives, can help other people? Maybe it's a lack of our company. Maybe you're not trusting those at the top and what they're doing and what's going on. Right? Right? So maybe it's a lack of belief that we can actually grow and learn. I joked with my husband about this the other day. Someone asked him, well, how are you so good at remembering names? Because he says it 7 times in a sentence after they introduce themselves, right? Oh, hi, you're Dee Dee. Hi, Dee Dee. How are you today? Where are you going next, Dee Dee? Like everything you say, you just put her name in it, right? Put their name in it. And then he's like, and then he was telling someone this, he was sharing the story with me the other day. And he's like, and then I put it in my phone and and I put all the notes about this person. So that way, the next time I see them, and you can do this in your contacts, by the way, on your phone in Project Broadcast, like those, whether you have an iPhone, Android, or Project Broadcast, right? You can literally put notes under each contact name to help you remember your last conversation you had with them. So you can reconnect too. That's a relationship side of things. But right, like there's a belief that so many people say, oh, I'm terrible at remember names. You're exactly right, because you said it. But what if you changed your tune to say, I'm great at remembering names? I bet you would be great at it. It's all here, and it's all what you're telling yourself. All of it. And I think too, we'll talk a little bit about this too, but maybe you have a lack of will. You just don't feel like it, right? It's tough times and you're just like, oh, I'm just going to let the tough times get to me. I'm going to let the excuse happen to me versus overcoming it. And, so self-discipline with that. Lack of self-discipline. It's hard sometimes, right, to do what you should do when you don't want to. If you have an 8-to-5 job, how many times have you shown up to work on Monday, even if you didn't want to? Because you have to. Do it for your own business too. It's the same for your own business. And I didn't say it's going to be easy. It's not super hard either, but right, it's mentally hard. Right up in here. And maybe you've lost your why, or it's changed and you need to rediscover your why. Okay. I just want to share my story with you guys. Because my why did change, right? I was a hobbyist for sure, 1,000%. Okay? I was doing about 1 party, 2 parties a month. I was your $200 to $500 in sales every month person, but I was consistent. I never did lose my career sales. I was consistent. And then my husband and I decided to start our family. And in the midst of that, we got pregnant with twins. And at our 12-week appointment, on Halloween, actually found daycare. And then on November 1st, we found out they no longer had a heartbeat. And it changed our world. It's what got me going with Pampered Chef, actually. I was, 5 years in, but we knew we had to get out of debt. What if I got pregnant with multiples again? How on earth are we going to afford daycare for 2 kids at one time? Flip this upside down. So that November I had that whole fall, September, October, November, 1 party each month. I had 0 for December, begged my mother-in-law to do a party. I was just doing cooking parties at the time, begged her to do an in-home party, did it in December, $1,000 party, got 5 bookings from it. Most of them in January, some in February. I decided to do virtual parties, started doing my virtual parties. And I was starting in January doing 8 parties a month. And I was booking outside parties too, right? I flipped like that because my why changed. I had a reason. I had something that was going to drive me to go when I didn't want to go. I was still working my 8 to 5 job. I was in financial aid at a university. That's what I did before, like my 8 to 5. And over the next 23 months, we worked hard to pay off our debt, student loans and car loans. Over 23 months, we budgeted. I pushed hard with Pampered Chef. I became a director in that time, started making, $2,000 to $3,000 a month, all extra money because I was working 8 to 5. So I could put it all towards our debt. Halfway through that, we did get pregnant again with triplets. Okay. So I wasn't wrong about the multiples thing. However, again, we miscarried by 9 weeks. And by the end of the next year, November 21st was my paycheck where we finished paying off all of our debt, $78,000 in 23 months. And that was on Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And on Friday, we had our son. I was pregnant again and he was born. And I used my maternity leave, went back to work for 5 weeks. And I had a trip to Hawaii with Pampered Chef, and they weren't going to let me go. So I said, adios, amigos. So I was gone. I quit that Friday, April 5th. I will never forget it, in 2019, 4 years ago now. And that Monday we went to Hawaii and haven't looked back. Has it been rough? Has it been hard? Sure. But my why had changed and dramatically made me say, I have to do this, right? And my why has changed now. It's not, my reason's not to get out of debt anymore. We've done that, right? Is to stay home, to continue to stay home. I now have 2 boys at home, almost 5. They'll be 5 now on Thanksgiving Day. He's a my Black Friday baby. That is going to have a 5th birthday in Thanksgiving and a 2-year-old. I share that because in an instant, if your why is, you got to find your why to make it through those hard times, to push through the days you don't want to do it. Okay. Your why doesn't have to be that big. Okay. I'm going to also say that it doesn't have to be that big, but it has to push you. And it might not be money related. It might be just helping people related because that fills your soul, right? It doesn't always have to be numerical. It can be, but it might look different, right? My why now is to stay home, but I love to help people and give freedom and talk about, I love numbers and I love helping people get out of debt now because I did it and I want to see other people do it. Too many people, right? Many of us are probably living paycheck to paycheck and I don't like it. I want to help all of you. So that is my goal. It's here, Let's get you out of debt. Let's get you that freedom. I mean, times are really hard right now for a lot of people. Yes, I have felt the effects, but not as big as other people because I'm out of debt, because I have a 3 to 6 month emergency fund, because of Pampered Chef. I mean, a lot of it is, right? Okay. So we're going to help you guys rediscover your why, or make sure you know that that truly is your why. So you need a pen and paper. You're going to do some thinking here. You're going to do some writing. And feel free to put in the chat as well as we go through this. But I think it's good to look back. So the first piece we want to discover is, why did you start? And it might have been like me, on a whim, really. It was quite like, what the hey? I didn't really have a great reason, I feel like, in some ways. I'm like, sure, to learn to cook. Why not? Sure, I'll pay a little extra on my debt. I don't know. Wanted to prove to my, friends and family I was going to stick around for a year. So write down just why did you start? Okay, so let's kind of dig a little deeper now. And guys, doesn't have to be directly Pampered Chef related as I go through this, but I want you to write down something you want. Like even like 10 things you want. And it could be a car, or it could be whatever. Maybe it is directorship. Maybe what, right? Maybe you want just more freedom, and whether that's financial freedom, maybe that's time freedom, right? You want to stay home with your kiddos. You want to get out away from your kiddos. You want to read more, be in scripture more, be intentional. Maybe you want to travel, go on vacations. You want to remodel part of your house. You can write 1 through 10 for now too. If you can't think of them all now, that's okay. But, and part of it is if you write 15 or 22, that's cool. The point is just write anything you'll narrow it down eventually, but just write. Right. So you've written some things, but what else do you want? Keep going. Maybe it's to pay for private school for your kids. Maybe something for your dogs. You want to buy the premium dog food. Why not? See your grandkids more. Sorry, there's a lot of yelling going on here right now. My youngest is just yelling mommy. And maybe if you're like me, you just maybe want to start a family, right? And then next to these things, write down how it would make you feel if you achieved it, if you received it. Like maybe even what would it do for you and your family? And maybe put an income amount, right? So what would $500 do for you and your family? If you wrote an income amount, make sure you're very specific on what that income amount would be. What would you use $500 for? Break it down. What would you do $2,000 for? Like really break that down. Why do you want to become a director? Why would you, right, want that vacation? And how would you feel? Right. So if you paid off your debt, Would you be ecstatic? Maybe that was your feelings, right? And what would then you use that money for afterwards? And I like this one too, but who would be proud of you if you achieved that goal? You can put yourself, you can be proud of yourself. But who would be proud of you? Yeah, I love what you guys are doing in the chat too. Okay, so as you look at your list, we kind of want to narrow this down now. Kind of make one big goal that would cover 1, 2, or 5 of those little things even, right? So for example, I like to use this one, but becoming a director, right? Because if you had an income goal, typically becoming director, one, you're helping people, because so maybe you wanted to help people, right? So becoming director means you're going to help people. Maybe you wanted more income to pay off a debt. So becoming director will help you pay off more debt. Maybe you wanted to earn a vacation. Well, becoming a director, typically you're going to earn more points to earn a vacation, right? So that one is kind of like, here's my big goal that kind of will help me fulfill 3 or 5 of these mini goals, or even help me really work towards that big goal. Maybe you have a really big goal, right? Like paying off debt. For me, $78,000 was like, that's kind of a big goal. Also was going to help me start my family, right? So becoming a director could help me achieve those things. So it doesn't have to be, like I said, that one. I'm just using that one as an example, but okay. Like I said, so now, like if that big goal is paying off 100,000, becoming an executive director, you kind of have to break that down too. Yeah, I love that. Okay, so once you have your one thing, right, then it's breaking it down. So if you're working on say one of your things was to pay off, again, debt. Okay, we'll start with that smallest debt of 2,000 first, right? Or if you're looking at becoming a director, executive director, so on, you may need to just start by recruiting. You may need to start by booking something small. Okay. With that, create a vision board now. So I'm going to talk about a vision board. And I would even say with affirmations to help you achieve that 1 or 2 or 3 goals. Yeah, I love that. I'm going to show you guys my vision board I created that year in 2017. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. And guys, I think I did this on Word. Okay, I did this on Word. Okay, so this is my vision board, right? That year, so it was 2017, and we were working to earn a trip to Amelia Island or Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico got hit by the hurricane that year. And so we went to Coronado instead. But that is what I was aiming for. So I just broke it down, right? Like I did pictures, but then I did some words next to it, just letting me know, like, okay, well, this is how many points for the year. This is how many points per month for each one. Okay. I broke it down. I wanted to make $1,000 each month. So that means I had to do 6 shows each month. Okay. I was working on decluttering my house life. I put personal stuff on there. Drop 15 pounds, right? I said, make and have a baby, right? Work hard at Pampered Chef now, so later I can have more flexibility. That came true, just so you know, like, right? I was able to quit my job and stay home.
She did make and have a baby and almost threw up at a restaurant on Amelia Island because she was just pregnant.
Yeah, yes, it was. So in Coronado, actually, but yes, in 2018, still on this journey, but yeah, we went to have seafood and I'm like, I don't feel good. And I was on the way out the door and said, hit the bathroom. For sure. So, okay. I want to show these 2 vision boards that I had as well. So I did kind of do a weekly breakdown too. So I kind of said 4 weeks in a month. So my goal was every week to have 1,600 points, basically make 15 contacts a week. So I broke it down by 5 days, 3 contacts a day. Okay. Work out 4 times in a week was my goal. I was doing this Max T3 program was what it was called. Hold 2 shows each week, therefore selling $1,000 each month. So I could sell 4,000 in a month. So like I really broke it down. And so I had this right here picture. So it cuts off right here. Then this one I had, and I printed this one off and put it on my mirror in my bathroom. Again, same thing, right? This is what I want to do. Pay 18,000 student loans. So I said how much I had to do each month. Halfway done. Like this is the why. Why do I want to pay off 18,000, right? Halfway done on paying off student loans and be able to prepare for a baby. That was my goal. Lose 15 pounds, right? Why? Feel confident about myself. Discover 24 new healthy recipes. That was part of me just helping lose weight and, whatever, try new things and be a healthier me. If I held 6 parties a month, hold 72 parties, right? Help so many people get free products and keep on track for the trip. My goal is to recruit 1 person a month, help others achieve great things and keep on track for the trip. And I did I went for Puerto Rico, you guys. This was my first trip I earned. And I went to level 2. Okay. Get a relaxing trip that we don't have to pay or plan for. I put some fun graphics with it too. So it's not so boring. Right. It doesn't have to be hard. You don't have, you can do the whole picture one that I have previous, right? I think I actually put that one up and this one up, both. I think I had this one up too for a bit, but it was in my face all the time and my husband's face. So create a vision board that can look different. My very first vision board that we all got together around a table with magazines and put it on there. I got a lot of things from that vision board. I had things like hammocks on there. I just wanted a hammock. I put it on there. I had a goal of getting a massage every month. When I became advanced director, my goal was to do it when I became director, but I said, I'm going to wait till advanced director. So for 5 years, every single month, I've been getting a massage now. And I haven't stopped. That was on my vision board. And I said, I'm not quitting that. I love it too much now. So now I have to work hard to make sure I can maintain that for sure. But, right, things that you put on your vision board, you manifest it. It becomes a part of you. It gets done. Maybe not everything, right? I don't think I lost my 15 pounds that year, but I did feel more confident and healthier overall. Okay, and I know I did not recruit 12 people that year, but I know I recruited the most I'd ever recruited that year. Okay. Right. With that, I think I had 1 million sticky notes on my mirror in my bathroom for affirmations. So if you've never written an affirmation, right, it should always be started as if the desired outcome either has already occurred or is in the process of occurring, not something that will come about in the future, right? You want your mind to think it already happened, right? I am the best mom to my children. You guys, when I play volleyball, sometimes I have a bad night and I'm like, oh crap, that was a crappy set. I'll be like, I'm the best setter ever. I tell myself that in the middle of a game, no joke. Because even though I know I might not be doing good, it's a mindset game, right? There's called sports psychology for a reason, because it's all in our brain. We get stuck in our head and then we play crappy the rest of the night. Get it out of your head. Tell yourself, I'm great, right? You got to know you said something wrong. I don't know. Something happens in your party. You're like, no, right? I messed up on my cooking party. Nope. I'm the best consultant ever. They don't know the difference. Right? It really helps. Here's some others I have on here. I'm a sexy wife. Yes, I put that down that one year. I wasn't feeling confident, so I just put it down, right? I am loved. I am financially free. I am a booking magnet. I'm a recruiting rock star. Everybody wants to join my team. I am a senior director. I make $500 every month. Right? I love working out. Even if you hate it, just say it. Maybe you'll like it. I'm great at remembering names. Even if you don't feel like you are, start tricking your mind. I would be surprised if you do these affirmations every single day for the next 30 days. I'd love to see what your results are in 30 days. So by this 4th call, okay, in 3 weeks, I know it's not quite, it's 21 days, but I want to hear some results, because I bet your affirmation, you doing a vision board and telling yourself positive thoughts is going to change you. Maybe even personally, maybe not even your business, fine, but even personally. But if you personally change, I guarantee your business is going to change too. When you take care of yourself and tell yourself those positive things, you're going to change. Okay. If you're someone like me that deals with anxiety, depression runs in my family, you have to tell yourself those positive things because it helps you get through. And it has changed me. I've learned how to, I would say, cope with those things, coped with my ADHD after many years of practice because I've told myself I can, because I told myself I'm awesome at what I do. Okay. Belief will determine success in your business. Do you really want to succeed? Are you really willing to commit? Do you use those terrible words, hope and try? Well, I'll try to get those contacts made. I hope that someone will order. I'm going to post and pray that somebody comments and says, I want to go to a party, right? No, no, no. Take those words out of your vocabulary. I am a booking magnet. Everybody wants to book with me. Just be confident. Fool yourself if you have to for a bit until your brain starts to believe it. Sometimes it's just what you have to do. Okay. All right. I want to give you some time. Yeah, right. Post and praise, not good. Okay. I want you guys to take some actions because I don't want you to walk away from this going, that was a good call. All right, let's go to bed. No, I want you to take some action this week. Okay. I want you to work on these things. My first thing I want you guys to do is write down and share. You can put it in the comments here. Definitely want you to share it with your leader, okay, your coach. But what do you feel like is holding you back? There's 3 areas usually. So you're gonna write one of these 3 things down. Is it your belief? Do you feel like it's your skill? Maybe you feel like, I just don't even, I don't have the skills. I don't even know, right? Like they tell me to be a secretary and I don't know how to do that. They tell me to be a cook and I don't know how to do that, right? They tell me to be a bus driver, but I don't even know. Where do I even start the bus, right? Like it's a skill thing. Or is it a will? You don't have the drive to do it. You believe in all of it, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't have the self-discipline. I don't know how to put my employer hat on to tell my employee self to get it done. I have a hard day and I go, forget it. Right? Which of those 3? So belief, skill, or will. And if it's one, like when you figure out which one it is, then you know what to work on too. Yeah, I like that. Belief is just a thought you keep thinking. Right? I was talking with someone today about joining the business and they said, well, I'm just really afraid I won't have the time. And I'm like, well, that's fake, right? Fear is fake. False evidence appearing real. It's not real. It's something you're afraid of in the future that may or may not happen. Guys, it may not happen. You may be successful, right? But we're like, we put our own roadblock in. Yeah, I get it. It can be exhausting after a full-time job, right? And that's why you have to figure out your why. Your why kind of helps push the will to do it, the self-discipline to get it done. Okay, so that's your first step, right? Belief, skill, or will, what is holding you back? The other thing I really want you to do is if you kind of nail down that why, right? That kind of one big thing, and it may end up being 2 or 3 things, right? Again, I want you to write that down, share it with your leader. What is going to make you work on the days that are hard, that someone hurts your feelings, or you just don't feel like it? Okay, so that's number 2. 3, create a vision board. Guys, Canva is fantastic. You can go into Canva and search templates that are called vision board. And then all you have to do is go bloop, 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 put in all these pictures and it looks pretty. Right? It's really easy. And if you want to go old school and grab magazines and cut pictures out and glue them on a piece of paper, do that. If you want to go to Google, find pictures, print them off, put them on a piece of paper, right? Do that. It doesn't have to be whatever you feel like doing, right? But create a vision board. So that's number 3. And the last one, number 4, is to write 5 to 10 affirmations. Put them on I really say put them on a sticky note. And if there's one you feel like you really need to work on, write it on multiple sticky notes, put it on your car, like your steering wheel right there in front of your face, put it in your refrigerator when you open it. Maybe there's a medicine cabinet you open every morning, put it all over the house. Okay. I'm a booking magnet. I'm a booking magnet. Put your affirmations in your phone with an alarm every day at 2:00. Every other day, I have I'm a booking magnet, and the other days, I put I'm a recruiting rock star. Okay, with an alert, it pops up. Right, put your affirmations in your face. You have to convince yourself of those affirmations, so you need to say them over and over again, and say them out loud. Okay. Okay. Those are the 4 action steps I'd love for you guys to take. Okay, I've been talking now a long time, haven't let you participate in a hot minute. So now it's time, if you guys want to ask any questions or share an aha, something that you're like, could be a dagger in the heart. Believe me, as I was prepping this, I was like, ooh, that's a dagger to me even. Like, I'm taking my own advice. So, all right, have a hand raised. Go ahead. I'm not even going to try to say your name, although I want to.
Does it say Dianitra?
Yes, it does.
Okay. I didn't know if it said D or not. So I just kind of just wanted to say thank you for, this is a different meeting, and I think it's the thing that I need, because I've been really, really talking to myself about the things that's going to help us the most is the things we resist the most. And I feel like I tell myself I'm tired all the time, but I'm probably not. Like, literally, I didn't go outside today, but for my walk, but I did work my business. But could I have worked it a little bit better? Yes, I could have. So I just wanted to add also too about affirmations. It's one thing to say I am, but sometimes you want to go through the steps of saying I speak, I think, I see, and that kind of makes it a little more real for you. So not only am I a booking magnet, I think like a booking magnet. I see bookings everywhere. I speak about bookings often, or I ask for bookings often. So I just wanted to add that little piece for the affirmations.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that.
Can you tell me what step 2 was again? I missed it somehow.
Yeah, Dee Dee just put it in
Oh.
the chat just
Yes,
so.
she did.
Yep, identify your why. She's on it.
Thank you. Thank you, Dee Dee.
Yay. You guys, I'm trying to hold my crap together too as you're speaking. I'm like,
We love you, Carrie.
oh, I love you, Sherry, and all of you. Any other ahas or questions?
I have a question that's not really for me, but I guess I'll just say, like, maybe someone not wanting to ask this, but as a new consultant, or maybe even a consultant that's been around for a while, but that's kind of restarting their business, taking a fresh stab at things, maybe making some new goals and, deciding they want to do more. What do you think, or what's the best way for them to approach the business now that they are deciding they want to do more? Does that make sense? Like, it's one thing to be on a call and just say, like you said, microwave popcorn excitement. Yay, we had a great call. I want to be a director, right? What's the best way to approach that? And I know we're going to talk about, each week some different things, but leaving this call, doing the 4 things that you said, then what?
Yeah, I mean, you could spend all day doing those 4 things, but you have to really think of, is what you're doing income producing? And are you excited about it? Because I think I was the queen of distractions when it came to income producing activities. Okay. I was really good at going, oh, I'm working my business, looking at numbers and dumb stuff, you guys. But that wasn't getting me any sales. That wasn't getting me recruits. Like, those are like the 2 right pieces that you start with. You book parties to get sales, and you add people to your team, right? So is what you're doing that day towards that. Booking parties, host coaching, right? Those are things that are doing all, like, getting you sales, getting you potential recruits too. You're building towards both of those things when you book and host coach. So then, are you asking and following up? Are you asking for bookings? Are you asking for recruits? Are you asking, like, and then are you following up? Are you doing those just basic things, right? I mean, really, I'm not going to expand beyond that, because if you're doing those things and doing them consistently and doing them well, you're gonna relaunch. And I always say too, like, if you really want to go even faster, really work on the art of relationships. Again, we're going to talk about that more, but you build a relationship with people, right? You trust them. You don't even care what they sell. You want to join their team. You want to buy their product just because you like them, because you got that no trust like factor. Right? Talk to people, be social on social media with people. In network marketing, network. Fun fact, guys, it's right in the words. We forget it.
True, true.
I think too, the answer to that question, Dee Dee, is regardless of where you're at, maybe you are brand new. Well, you start with your new consultant trainings. It's all out there, right? And then if you're not so new, but you're just ready to restart, put your new consultant hat back on. Pretend like you're brand new. What did we first tell you when you're brand new? Go out and find 4 people to host your first parties. And at this point, if they're virtual, do them all in 1 week. Decide what day you're going to work, set your calendar up, and just go. Just start asking. We're going to give you some great ideas next week for getting bookings, but don't wait for that. Just start.
And I think too, don't get overwhelmed. I've heard this phrase before too, and I love it, but don't get stuck in the weeds. If you've ever done the color personality test, I'm a green, I'm an overthinker, is what that means. And so I go, nope, I don't think I'm doing it right. Stop. You know? And I'm like, no, doing it, even if you're doing it messy, is better than not doing it at all. You'll figure it out. You'll make mistakes, sure. And I had someone I made a mistake with this last week, and I just apologized. Hey, I'm so sorry. You're right. I'll take care of it. And they're like, oh, thank you. I didn't make a big fuss about it, and I moved on. Right? It happens. Even after 11 and a half years, like, it happens. Right? We're not perfect. We're humans, but just don't get stuck in the weeds. Don't overthink. Okay, well, how am I supposed to do this vision board? Just put it together. Don't overthink it. Write down 20 affirmations if you have to, and then toss out 10 of them, but just write. Don't overthink. All right, any other questions, thoughts, ahas? You can put them in the chat too.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned income producing activities, because I'm also guilty of doing stuff like organizing stuff and doing a dash training, and which is all good, but so I had to make sure I put that in my affirmation that I would consistently do income producing activities during scheduled blocks of time. So thank you for that reminder.
You're welcome. I will say that too. I was also really great at attending all of the calls, taking all the notes, and then doing nothing with them, or not much. So, right? Like, take what you learn and do, like, when I say do this by next Monday, do this by next Monday, those 4 tasks, get them done. Right? Like, I know you don't like, some of you maybe don't like the word homework, right? I've been doing for just about not quite a year, but 10 months, I've been doing a call every week, and they give you homework and you have to get it done by the next call. Well, actually a day before. So you have 6 days to do it. And I mean, but it held me accountable.
Right.
I think I want to stay home. I want to work from home. That's really desirable to me right now. While I'm building my private chef business, I was just sitting here trying to think about my why. The first time I did the Pampered Chef, I had small children and I was on a fixed income. So the Pampered Chef was really what I needed to kind of make ends meet. And now I kind of sort of need ends to meet, but I just don't have a desire to drive to a workplace anymore. Unless it's the thing that I love, and cooking food brings me so much joy. So I think that's my why. And I never even thought about my why when I started the business. I just knew it made sense.
And a lot of people don't at first. They don't, or they have a why they think, but after a while in the business, I feel like It's always good to readdress your why. So if someone's new, readdress this in after your 90-day mark. And then even a year, because I think your why can change quickly sometimes at the beginning, especially. But yeah, I love that. Right. And dig deeper with, why do you want to stay home? What would that do for you and your family? How would that make you feel? Like, really dig, right? Get your tree roots down into that why. You know, right now it's kind of like, okay, I think I've discovered it. Okay, now let's start ripping it. Let's start getting
No,
down.
I know exactly what I'll do. I know I would travel. I would go see my grandbabies about once a month instead of once every 3 months. I would maybe fly back to Baltimore to see my mom and to see the rest of my family. I would have more freedom to do more private chef gigs. I would really be able to purchase a new car because I want a electric car. It doesn't have to be a Tesla, but I want an electric car. So, I mean, I would be able to just do whatever I want to do. And, you know, I love teaching and I love motivating and inspiring people. So I've never even thought about recruiting before, ever. Like, I may have recruited 2 people my entire career before. So yeah, why not?
You get to lead this call next time, that means. Right? But you get to do that. Like, that's what's so fun about this. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sweating right now, but I'm also really like, I love doing this. I love pouring into you guys, right? So like, that's a reason for me to say, I want more people on my team so I can pour into them, right? It has nothing to do. Yeah, sure, I'm going to get a byproduct of a bigger paycheck, but right? Like, I get to help people. How exciting. I get to help people learn how to bring their families around kitchen table, because it doesn't happen enough. I get to help people learn how to cook from home so they're not going out 7 days a week and spending all their money on fast food and out to eat food, right? Like, right? There's a lot of pieces to it. Pick one or pick 2, right? We all have different things that we're gonna gravitate towards, for sure. I love this.
And remember, you guys, your aha is your aha. Just because somebody said they want to quit their full-time job, and that does get us excited because it's a big life change. $200, $300, 2 parties a month, 4 parties a month. Whatever you want is what we're going to work on helping you get consistently. Does that make sense? Like, I think so often in these level up programs, we are in those talking to people who want more, like lots more. We're trying to change this up and make this more basic. Like, what do you want? And what does that look like? And then what does that translate into for actions and daily habits and weekly habits? So I hope that you guys will come back next Monday night knowing that this is tailored to what you want, what each one of you wants, and it can be completely different. Comparison is a thief of joy. Do not compare yourself to the other people, and don't shy away from sharing because someone just shared something bigger. You know what I mean? Like, that's easy to do. That's easy for everybody to do, but we want to help each of you find your niche with your Pampered Chef business.
I always like the words, instead of comparison, contrasting, because you're not seeing, oh, we're on the same level. No, we're just different, right? That person wants something over here. I want something over here. It's just different. It's just contrasting. It's not comparing, going, well, I'm not up to there yet. No, you can throw that away. It's just different, and that's okay. We all start somewhere.
Right.
Maybe that is just your goal, to have $500 in sales every month. Maybe that's where you start. Because once you get consistent on something small, always start small, right? You can build to it. Think about working out for 5 minutes every day. Honestly, the discipline of just putting on your clothes is half the battle, but right. But if you did 5 minutes a day, you'd be like, oh, I already put on my workout clothes. Well, let's do 10 now. Right. Sometimes it's that, oh, I already did 3 contacts a day. Well, let's just add 2 more on and do 5. You'll do more typically, but just get consistent in doing it. And again, that consistency can look different. I mean, Dee, Janelle, and I, we all do our reach outs differently. I focus Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with follow up Thursday, Friday. Some people do every single day, consistent, asking, and every day do follow up. You just got to find your consistency. Okay, last call, because I want to keep you guys not, on bedtimes here. Okay, maybe not for all of us, but for some of you.
Thank you so much. It was great.
You're welcome, Monica.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Michael.
So I'm excited. We said it earlier, but I know more folks have joined now. So we are collaborating our organizations for the next 4, possibly 5 weeks. Maybe take us right close to the Thanksgiving holiday. But every Monday, we always had a meeting scheduled for those who are in my org anyway. So we figured, why not make the most of the night? So we will be doing a back to basics training call each week with a different focus. Carrie kicked us off with this belief, mindset, just kind of the foundation of it all. Next week, Janelle is going to talk to us about bookings. I think maybe a little host coaching sprinkled in there. And then I'll follow it the week after that, talking about the consistency and the relationship building. So every week we're hoping to help you build upon what you learned the previous week and put those things into practice right away. Like Janelle said, we're not trying to overwhelm you. We're not trying to push everybody to be a certain thing or do a certain thing, but we know that we're all here because we're Pampered Chef consultants. So we want you to get the most out of this business, the things that you signed up for. So hopefully you all will meet us back here next week, same bat time, different bat channel though. We'll be using, I think, Janelle's link, and we'll put that out for everyone before the meeting. But please look over your notes, make sure that you do the 4 action items. You can send those to your upline. And Carrie, you can close us on out here.
I love it. Agree with everything she said. Amen. That's all I got to say. It was great, guys. Thank you so much again. And yeah, we will see you next
Thank
week.
you, Carrie.
Yeah, and chat on your organization pages. Share your vision boards there because I think it brings inspiration to others too. Again, they're individual, nothing to compare. But sometimes we get brain block and we get stuck in those weeds. And so sometimes just sharing just helps. Okay. It's about collaborating, inspiring each other, helping each other out. Nothing to do with competing at all.
Right.
So, all right.
Thanks again. Thank you.
Peace out, guys.
Good night, everybody. Thank
Good
you.
night.
Love y'all. Toodles.